Hello everybody, we're here in the woodland. Now, it might look like it's just me, but it's not. Because we're doing a newfangled double take, which means I'm filming from one camera.
And I'm filming from the other.
Whilst exactly at the same time, the phone is recording in both directions.
Yeah.
We thought it'd be quite useful to do it this way today because Jay's doing most of the work.
Yes.
Which means I can follow him around. I have cleaned the feeders, everybody. I have transferred new food up to the bird feeders. I have filmed the birds in 4K. I've done my bit.
While I've been doing my bit. So this is I was going to say it's the first of our trips up to the woodland this year, but it's actually our second. I had been doing some weeding up in the glade earlier this week, and I prepared a lovely little video update for you, but when I got back home I realised I had a little something dangling from my nose for the entire thing, which I simply couldn't put out.
I didn't think we were going to tell anyone about the post-nasal drip, Jay.
Yeah, no, we had to, unfortunately. But my nose is now thoroughly clean and dry, you'll be pleased to hear, while we get back to work.
I'm just ignoring Jay while I go and zoom in on this Mr. Robin's come to say
Where's Mr. Robin? Oh, hello!
I think he got something and then did a runner. What are we doing, Jay?
Wow, now we've done a bit of weeding, we are getting some of this lovely soil improver that was delivered last year. We had an absolute mound of it last year, plenty for this year, so I've got to now transport it in dribs and drabs in wheelbarrows up the hill, up to the glade again to restore the lovely soil up there. I've got a bit of a compost heap going up there as well, which we may or may not show you later on in the year, but we want to make sure that we've got plenty of nutrients left in the soil.
Absolutely.
Well, this is it.
Hard.
I was much more productive earlier in the week when it wasn't completely rock solid. I was able to get a lot of the weeds out. No chance today. But if
Pickaxe is what you need today.
But if we get this all up there, I'm sprinkling it on the top, but then later on when it actually thaws out, we can dig it in to make it a little bit nicer for all the lovely flowers that will be growing later in the year.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah.
I'll follow you. I'll follow you as you go. I just thought I'd also just like to point out that I have dragged all the bird food up in my own wheelbarrow, so I'm not just shirking.
Okay.
I'm not shirking all responsibility today.
Well, I'm not going to be any good for conversation now because I get
just going to hear Jay puffing and blowing.
Puff, putting this up.
Okay, so perhaps while Jay heads up the woodland, we'll see him disappearing off into the distance. I could tell you a little bit about what else is going on as I squint into the sunlight. Not much. Trees are pretty much dormant. Bizarrely, out and about, we have seen blossom on some trees already. We've had pictures of snowdrops being shared on the Barrowbods Facebook group. Not much sign of life up here. A couple of buds on a couple of trees. It's amazing to think that the woodland, is it 2 years old now, Jay?
Getting on for 2 years.
Yeah, nearly 2 years old. Well, in March, won't it be? Yeah.
March 2020. Yeah. 2021.
But it's, March 2021, and we're nearly in March 2023. The pond is full, but absolutely frozen, rock solid. Today, feeders are cleaned, and I'm just about to refill the seed ones up there. But it's all good. It's all good. I think main focus has been the glade, just getting it ready for spring, so that we make the most of the 1,200 bulbs that were planted last year with the help of numerous family members. But my goodness, it is an absolutely glorious day up here. Feet are cold, but actually the sun is quite warm, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Right, so we paused filming for a while because Jay's puffing and blowing was kind of getting in the way, really, of me filming anything. It's not looking quite so well defined, is it, Jay, at the moment, our web of weird?
Not from that angle, but I think if you go up the top, you'll see that there is some definition.
Well, you want to reverse the angle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because reverse the angle, lift the camera up a bit, I think you should be able to see.
Ah, actually, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Oh, light behind me. Grandmama and Grandpapa Oak are looking absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, we didn't bring the drone today. Has some issues with the has some issues with filming in the cold like this, because the lens does fog up a bit. You almost have to have a double glazing kind of system on him. So we've not bothered. But we have. What have we got? What have we got coming up here, Jay?
Lots of things.
Lots of things. I'm
Lots of
casting a
things.
shadow. Hang on. We'll switch places.
Okay.
I'll flip around.
What have we got here? So the nice thing to say is that pretty much all of the bulbs that we planted last year have survived. We kind of wondered whether they'd all die off, whether they would all get munched, but they've all started springing up. What, in the middle
Some of them have
January?
been munched though, haven't they?
A couple of them have been munched, but not many of them. But we've got hyacinths poking up already. We have got daffodils and also some tulips.
Got some daffs in our front garden as well coming up. It feels early, but to be honest, I think they always are daffs.
It always feels quite early for daffs, doesn't it? But actually, they lasted from blimmin' early Feb to April last year. So hopefully that will be the same this year. But like I said, there's a couple of them that have been dug up by the local wildlife, but we can't get too cross with them for that. But yeah, just replacing a bit of the soil. There's no hope of digging it in at the moment. It's completely rock solid.
Sorry, I think I just cut Jay's head off there for a moment. I thought I was going to do a very clever thing, filming Jay whilst filming the soil improver. Realised I was casting shadow and then just cut Jay's head off. It's a bit weird filming with two cameras at the same time, I have to be honest, but I feel that this is my first time. I'm not doing too badly.
It's a skill, John. You'll learn.
It's a skill that maybe I need to develop. So that's me falling over.
Not on my flower beds.
Not on my flower beds. So I think, well, I don't think there's much else we need to maybe
Not right now.
tell you about right now.
There's not a huge amount going on.
But ultimately, we're hoping to get this ready for kind of April time. We're hoping to do some filming up here.
I'm really hoping that the tulips last until April. If they all poke their heads out and go a little bit too early, we might not have a lot to show in April.
You might be a bit bare up here, but we'll see. We'll keep you apprised of the situation. Fear not. So from me, it's goodbye.
And from me, also goodbye on the other side of the camera.
Catch you later.